Hey everyone, good morning. I hope you're having a great Monday, whatever you're doing. I wanted to show you this beautiful borderless deck put out by Scarabeo in 2019. And it is one of those decks that you can go to find calmness. Enjoy the story of the little prince. I'm sure some of us read that when we were younger. It does come with a great little white book. I know you don't get much in the front as far as English goes, 20 pages, but it actually tells you the story again of the little prince and what it was meant to do, which is inspire us, help us find that inner child. And it talks about attuning to your spirit and rediscovering your light, the things that made you happy. Now, why this little book is so good this time is that it actually draws in the information and the illustrations of the cards into the meanings. So well done, La Scarabeo, on that one. It is a simple little tuck box. And you can see that Rachel Paul brought this together with Martina Rossi as the illustrator. Great little deck. I enjoy the cardstock. I think it's fine. And I did, as I say, purchase this little extra book on Amazon because it told me the story in depth. It's not that large a book. You can skim this in no time flat, but it gives you a little bit more information that you can use when using these cards. So I'll pause, zoom in, and let's get started. So in this deck, when we get to it, the wands are talking about the soul and the spirit. The cups are emotions and the heart, and the swords are mind and reason, and the coins body and physical. But they do have the wands, yes, fiery, but they refer to that as spring. Cups are summer, swords are fall, and coins are winter. But this is what the back looks like. And this, once you get into the story, tells you about the little planet from the spirit that visits the aviator who ends up crashed in the desert. So let's start the little journey. The Fool. You are going to find similar images to the Rider-Waite, so it's quite comfortable, an easy to read deck. We do have the wise fox, the sacred and mysterious snake that helps us transform, an inspiring sheep, and the little rose is a story sort of unto itself, and relationships. So the fox is not a bad animal in this deck, but an aid on the journey. And he meets all kinds of people. Our chariot. And look at the beautiful birds carrying him off. Gorgeous strength card. The Hermit. Our wheel. And it's interesting with the elephants because when you read the story, his first drawing as a child involved the elephant inside a boa constrictor's belly. But it's teaching us to have a light-hearted look sometimes when we find ourselves in difficult situation. Remember what it was like to be a kid, be playful, There's our devil card, because he meets all kinds of characters and he questions adulthood and how we got so serious and difficult. That's our Tower card. Beautiful little star. The Moon. He loves to watch sunsets and encourages us to do that. The World. So I find it a very soft spoken deck. The Ace. And that snake shows up a lot. This is where we find ourselves in the first of the story as an adult, stuck in the desert. Our 10 of Wands. Our Traveler, the Page. The Knight. The Queen. And the King. And it's interesting, those little elephants appearing on the back of the throne again. It's such a fun little story. Okay, we're into our cups, which they call summer. Development of emotions and feelings. And they said, think of summer love and reflections. This is an interesting one because there is this relationship he has with this rose, and it requires so much nourishment. And I often look at the Four of Cups as, you know, the relationships aren't fulfilling anymore. The dreams. Where do we want to go in life? Really pleasing card. The antics that some of these sheep and fox get up to are quite intriguing. Really like this Page of Cups. And instead of the red roses, we have these little blue. The Knight. Our Queen. And our King. Looks more like mother and son. Okay, so now we're on to swords. which they put in the chart as fall. But you can do whatever you want. It's like the wisdom of the fox is flowing into this meditative state. And it's, how can I help you? Gorgeous 3. There's our 4, hiding from the hunter. The 5. And there we get to see the Sneaky Pete card. The 7. Oh, yep, we did the 7. So this is the 8. How did we get here? 9. And our 10. He's really holding on to that fox up there for support. The page. The knight. Our queen. And our king. That's a tough couple. Okay, there is our inspiring sheep appearing there on the ace. This takes us back to the first drawings that the aviator did, that all the adults said looked like a hat. Our 7. Nine of coins, like that way to go feeling. Inspired. The 10. Page. I like that knight. That is a sexy queen. And our king. They fit nicely together. So I'm going to shuffle for a second and put a few cards out so that you can see how they look. Now, if you're a riffler, a rifle shuffler, however you want to call it, these are great to shuffle that way. It feels really, really good. So let's put the center of the Celtic cross out and see how it looks. Guess I'll zoom out again. That should be better. We'll stop there. That looks pretty good. And then we'll flip over and see how they look together. So we have a star card. So it does look nice. And it has that sort of light watercolor pencil crayon look to it. Really pleasing. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that. And if you have this deck, have you found it approachable, enjoyable? Because it is beautiful. Enjoy your days.